short topic with regards to troubleshooting and managing security incidents. Preferably for topic C po, topic B po ako. Kung hindi nyo na mabasa na topic siya. For recover from a security incident. So, ano ba yung ang recover from a security incident? Una nyo na i-imagine. Diba, once na-experience ninyo na mayroon kayong incident na nangyari sa opisina nyo, ang sunod nyo gagawin ay is to recover kung ano man yung masisave nyo pa sa incident or how to manage an incident sa inyong office. So, bibigyan ko an example for a basic incident recovery process. The basic process for incident recovery is relatively simple because it assesses the level of damage caused by the incident, and second is to recover from the incident, and third is report the incident. So, sinasabi dito na meron tayong level by level na ginagawa para matreat natin yung incident. And the example is for like damage assessment. Ano ba ginagawa ng damage assessment? Siyempre, like kasi ginagawa namin, meron kaming na-encounter na incident sa office namin na, for example, meron may nasirang system. O kaya merong software failure sa aming database. So, ang gagawin namin, i-assess namin kung saan nagsimula yung incident. And under damage assessment, there are two types. One is recovery methods, and second is incident reports. Sa recovery methods naman, yun nga yung sinabi ko na you'll try to collate all the information sa incident, then you'll try to analyze kung ano ba yung naging cause ng incident na yun, kung paano natin siya ma-resolve. And second, incident reports. Mahalaga sa amin ang paggagawa ng incident report kasi once na nagawa namin yung incident report namin, in-escalate namin ito sa higher tier para kunin naman yung ang information from engineering team. Yun yung ginagawa namin sa paggawa ng incident report. Para madaling maintindihan ng engineering team kung ano ba yung initial investigation dun sa isang incident. Ayun, ang may bibigay ko lang na example is 8 tips for a security incident handling plan. First is to have an incident response plan. It is of course the most obviously advised, however, you would be amazed at the number of organizations that haven't got around to it yet. It doesn't need to be 400 pages long, but documenting your incident response plan and distributing it up can make a massive difference between an inevitable occurs. Dun sa incident response plan, mahalaga na madaling maintindihan ng engineering yung gusto mong iparating sa dun sa incident para mabilis din na ma-resolve yung issue. Second, predefine your incident response team and make sure it draws on multiple disciplines. A good incident response team should not just consist of IT or security people, though they undoubtedly need to be strong core, but should also include PR, HR, legal executives, to name just a few. Ang mamimigay ko lang sa example sa inyo, yung about sa yung incident sa amin na, for example nga, yung nagkaroon nga ng ng problema sa system namin, generating ng tickets. So, ang bibigay kong investigation, una ba, kasi yung sa pag-generate ng ticket, mag-generate siya once na may na-receive kami incoming email from a source. So, analyze namin kung ito ba yung cause or yung software talaga namin yung nag-cause nung pag-generate ng multiple tickets, single tickets.
Question. Sir, paano may relate yung sinasabi na the good incident response team, so it's a response team na hindi lang consist ng IT people, paano natin masasabi na ano yung involvement ng legal sa isang incident?
Ang mahalaga na kung ipapasa mo yung or mapagawa yung isang incident, dapat yung gagawa, meron talagang background, may knowledge, para maintindihan mo yung flow ng incident. Kasi, kunwari, isang incident na tungkol sa isang case, sa isang related sa law, then ang gagawa, isang manager. So tingin mo, ma-resolve ba yung incident kung isang manager lang yung gagawa? Siyempre, yung may background din sa information na yan or dun sa incident para maintindihan din and mabilis na ma-resolve yung problema. Third is define your approach, watch and learn or contain and recover. Para din sa mga associate level, maganda na i-observe mo din yung ginagawa ng mga seniors mo in terms na pag-define ng approach nung pag-resolve ng isang incident. So, we have seen great examples of this in news recently with an incident occurs and this is verified. For instance, a hacker compromising one of your web servers and you need to make a call or whether to recover as quickly as possible or watch an attacker and learn. Pwede natin din i-relate to sa panonood natin ng mga movies, mga hacking movies. In that way, magkakaroon tayo ng idea kung ano ba talaga yung sinasabi na idea na ginagawa. But then, natutunan pa rin tayo kasi nagiging open tayo sa idea na possible na meron talaga tao na pwedeng mag-infiltrate ng isang system. Yun yung usefulness ng observing things. So, ang fourth naman is pre-distribute call cards. Another common mistake is to depend upon your normal communication infrastructure in the event of incident. Imagine that the line stops working. And that's a best example is number 4. No one knows everyone else's number and email. And email doesn't work. It will be pretty tough to handle an incident in that situation. So, ano yung sunod mong gagawin? Once na magkaroon ka ng maka-encounter ka ng ganitong incident, i-escalate mo ba agad sa CEO nyo? Di ba hindi? Meron tayong process na sinusunod. So, once na yung LAN hindi na-work, syempre sa technical team mo siya escalate, di ba? Hindi agad sa CEO. Kasi once na nalaman ng mga sumunod sa'yo na nag-skip ka ng process, magagalit yung mga between sa'yo kasi hindi ka sumunod sa protocol. Kaya dapat dinidistribute mo yung information level by level. Ayun, fifth is forensic and incident response data capture. This goes wrong a lot during and after security incidents. Pressure can be high and there is a tendency to rush, which of course means mistakes are made. So, ang pipili ko lang dito ng example is, for example, tinatry natin na ma-resolve yung isang incident ng isang isang casino or isang crime scene. Then hindi mo na kuha yung mga data na kailangan mo. Siyempre, as a IT forensics expert, kukunin mo yung mga data like yung sa data ng computer para makuha mo yung information na ginawa ng isang suspect. Get your users on site. Incident response is not just an IT team. Make sure your incident response links up with your organization's acceptable use policy and security awareness program. You want your users to know how to let you if they think an incident is occurring. In particular, system administrators, application owners, and data owners should know how to contact you. If they spot something unusual, the incident response process can be spot up. So, ano ibig sabihin ito? Hindi porke na nagkaroon ng incident, hindi natin ito ibibigay ng ipapalam sa other users like sa mga clients natin. For example, PLDT. Nag-down. Hayaan mo ba na ang mga users yung unang makalam ng incident?
PLDT na nag-down.
Maganda yung mga users yung mga unang makaalam kaysa sila pa yung mga unang makaalam ng isang incident.
Tama ba, Carlo?
Ayun, kasi pababa yung credibility mo.
Meron pa ba?
7, know how to report crimes and engage law enforcement. Yun, follow up lang yun dun sa 6 nga, na i-report mo yung incident and engage law enforcement. Kung sa tingin nyo, yung action na kailangan gawin ay na kailangan na i-broadcast, then why not, di ba? Kung for example, isang plane ticket system na nag-down. So tingin nyo, anong dapat na una natin gagawin? Di ba? Siyempre, investigate muna natin, then ipapalam natin sa mga may nag-book ng flight na yun na makakancel yung flight para naman aware sila na and meron tayong susunod na action dun sa sinabi natin na makakancel ng flight like providing them foods or hotel accommodation in case na yung mga tao is from far away place pa. Then the last one is practice mix perfect. So this last tip kasama siya sa incident handling plan kasi sa tingin nyo, di ba tama naman na dapat napapractice natin yung isang incident para hindi naman na biglang magka-incident, bigla na lang tayo magpapanik. Hindi maganda yung sa isang IT specialist na once na meron ka na encounter na incident, bigla ka na lang pupunta sa isang tabi na magpapanik ka na lang, di ba? Siyempre, you try to relax, then try mo i-record yung mga step by steps. From yung sinabi ko ng step 1 hanggang step 7 para naman yung flow nung pag-resolve ng incident ay mag-smooth sailing para yung incident na yun, ma-handle mo siya ng maayos. Hindi siya na yung plastered yung kalat-kalat. Dapat pinapractice mo yung process one by one. Isa puso mo kung kailangan kasi hindi natin alam na na kung anong possible maging cause nun eh. Or maging maging outcome ng ating pagkakamali. Possible na merong isang planta na mag-down or magsara dahil lang dun sa natin kapagbayaan. Ayun, yun lang po. For security incident.
Question.
May question po kayo?
Anong klaseng drill ang pwedeng practice na sa isang company na hindi masyado, tulad ng may fire drill, masyadong masyadong lalabas, mga airport drill. For example, for mga intangible incident, kunwari may mga network outage, anong klaseng drill ang pwedeng dyan para masabing yung process is
Una-una, meron tayong dalawang way na possible na pwedeng gawin. Either yung meron client or yung may nagmo-monitor na lang ng system, yung makapuna. Then, ang gagawin niya, i-escalate niya agad sa sunod na tier and then investigate and to prove na meron ba talagang outage sa network. But once na-confirm na merong outage sa network, then i-escalate na niya agad sa incident team to create a ticket naman na kailangan i-broadcast lahat sa buong clients na tatamaan ng ng breach na yon. For example, node 12 lang yung nagkaroon ng incident na wala ng connection. Then, under node 12 na yon, syempre, meron kang listahan ng mga clients na under node 12, sila yung sesendan mo ng information ng incident para aware sila na meron tayong incident na nangyayari dun sa network.
questions? Wala? Isang tanong na ako. Ay, sir, may tanong si sir.
Natutuwa ko lang sir. Since nabanggit ni sir yung yung mga drill, so dun sa pagkakandak mo ng mga drill na yun, may potential loss ba siya?
Yes, possible na meron potential loss. Hindi mawawala yun.
Potential loss sa business or may client?
In both sides, sa business and sa client. Depende na rin kung paano na i-handle yun. Kung sa business side, possible na merong kababayan na nangyari. Kasi hindi naman sila magagalit yung mga client kung halos, for example, araw-araw na lang may outage. Diba? May effect yun sa business side. And sa client, once na may incident talaga, always na client yung matatamaan.
Kaya sagutin ko lang sa kanya. Sagutin ko lang. Dagdagan ko sa'yo. Actually, hindi naman lahat ng drill is kailangan yung parang operational. Pero dahil tinatawag na tabletop drill, na kung saan yung mga users is nagsasimulate sila ng scenario na guided sila by roles dun. Kasi hindi naman lahat kasi ng
And schedule, meron din mga incident na schedule.
so sa bawat tao kasi, may role sila eh. Hindi naman yung per role kasi meron silang sariling incident response kung sino yung mga escalations nila, ang gagawin nila. So nangyayari, meron silang indoor, tinatawag na tabletop drill. So parang magkakausap lang kayo na magsasimulate yung scenario na inaalam yung mga gagawin. So hindi naman talaga yung drill na kailangan talaga. Meron iba talaga na tabletop drill lang ang tinatawag. Okay, tama?
Okay. Okay. Yung incident kasi, define natin. Okay. Incident is already an event that occurred. Okay? It is a type of risk that occurred. Okay? Sabi natin, ang risk kasi laging negative. Although there are certain events that are positive, medyo yung outcome niya is positive for the organization. Pero remember, incident handling or the incident itself is already a result of the risk management exercises. Okay? You can identify the possibility of having an incident doon pa lang sa level ng risk analysis. Okay? So, where do you identify these things? You have to review all the processes. We have different areas, different aspects. Okay? So, doon pa lang ina-identify na natin, kaya nga meron tayo sa SECLAS, ano chapter yun? Risk management, right? So, from there, it is an organization-wide exercise for you to identify different processes or functions that are existing within an organization. And then, isa-isahin. Sino mag-identify nun? The people who are experts in their own functionality. They will be able to tell you, itong process nito may possibility na magkaroon tayo ng high risk. Kaya kami meron tayo analysis, right? Nakita natin, sinabi ko sa inyo, there are mitigable, ignorable, and disastrous levels. Those are results, no? The mitigable as well as the disastrous all require an incident handling. Ganon. Simula pa lang, na-identify mo na, ito, pag nangyari ito ang gagawin na natin. Okay? Kapag nabuo mo na sa incident handling plan mo, or IRP we call it, no? Incident response plan, meron din yung organization, remember? Sa organization mo, yung mga tao, okay, not all the members of the organization will be activated in a specific or on all the different incidents. Remember, may mga kanya-kanya silang role. And again, for you to be able to communicate, you have to identify it as part of your communication plan. Okay? So sa communication plan, sabi mo nga, hindi pwede dumiretso kagad sa CEO, merong level of reporting. Depende sa degree. And all of those have been identified doon pa lang sa simula ng risk management. Okay? So, practice makes perfect is actually, ito yung ginagamitan natin ng tool na PDCA. Ibig sabihin, then meron tayong mga lessons learned, right? Kung maganda yung kung negative yung, o meron tayo nakitang video na medyo for improvement, then the lessons learned from the exercise itself will have to be implemented. Tapos ano yung mga necessary steps or sabihin natin, yung level, tumataas na yung level of quality level ng exercise na yun. Again, yung testing natin, hindi lang lagi actual incident na test natin. Tabletop is one of the common exercises for you to identify the incident handling. Okay? So, hindi nawawala lagi assessment. That's the first thing that you have to do. That is assuming nasa disaster rate ka na. Okay? Mitigable, sandalian nila. Alam mo na kagad, ito yung probability na damage natin. Meron na kagad pre-calculated minimum and maximum range of losses or damages. So, doon pa lang, alam mo na kagad paano handle niya. Okay? So, nakalimutan mo magpakita ng mga documents dito. Okay? So, anyway, that's already good. No? Sino bang mag-present?
Si John Borgo.
Okay, JP.
Hindi ko tapos. Sila pa.
Balik mo yung sila. Sige.
Saan niya ba papasok yung update ba?